Equipment launch in 3, 2, 1, go. Game over.
Two cutters through the middle. Artie up for three.
One shot, now the future is yours. Go! Yeah, I was building on a lecture. Verses coming daily under pressure. Working on the plot and the scheme. The true style trademark is at the edge of your dreams. I'm talking one shot for the kill. The breeze cut, freeze up, straight dropping the chills. I'm talking taking over pieces and shares. A bomb big sky high. Check the movement is here. Yeah. It's one heart, one shot. Now the future is yours.
Go! Kia ora, namaste, talo falava, malu elele, bulavinaka, and welcome to Heritage Hockey Tournament 2023, the newest and most exciting hockey tournament on the national calendar. For those of you new to Heritage Hockey, it's the melting pot of pride, passion, flair, and skill, and we're bringing you all 16 games live and free thanks to Local Gecko Productions and the support of One Foundation. I'm Brad Pittman, and we'll be bringing you all the action from our last game of the day. It is finals day, when we see the ultimate battle of toughness and determination to decide the tournament placings and who goes home with the coveted winners trophy for 2023. I'm joined in commentary for this game by New Zealand Māori junior coach and Taitokerau hockey legend Courtney Phillips. Courtney, welcome up to the box. The big final for today. I'm sure you're looking forward to this one.
Yeah, I'm good. Looking forward to seeing the Pacifica and the Māori women bring it together today.
Yeah, and it's a repeat of last year's final. Of course, for those that joined us up in Colmar last year, we have the New Zealand Pacifica women taking on the New Zealand Māori Wahine side. The Pacifica women return to this year's final in fine form and will be looking to etch their name on the cup for the first time. Big contributions will be required from Carissa Makia, Tori Vau, Rhiannon Holditch and Kaya Elliott, and it will take a huge effort to keep the Māori side at bay and make amends for last night's loss. They're coached by Jay Punga and Josephina Tamatoa. Now the Māori Wahine are looking for the elusive three-peat at this year's Heritage Hockey. They are again unbeaten through pool play and looking to finish out with one last win. They have double goal scorers across the park in Claudia Hannum, Afina Rickard, Jade Litchfield, Garby Smith have all added two at a time across the weekend. But look for a big effort from Ruby Baker, who is back in today's final for the side. And they're of course coached by Tina Balkake. As we see the umpires there in the middle of the field, it will be Juliana Phillips and David Oakley to officiate this match. And how cool to see young Maya out there bring the ball out. Of course, Audie was daughter there. Such a special moment at this tournament. It's the big final. She gives us a wave and the teams come out. Now, for those that haven't seen any of the games this weekend, the Māori team in their traditional black singlets and the Pacifica sporting their new kits for this year, the floral and navy with the pink socks. Courtney, looking really cool this year, the Pacifica sides.
Yeah, they are. There's a few new faces to me out there, but it's cool to see all the older players come back and really hold the strength of the team.
Yeah, and it's going to take all of their experience. I mentioned they went down last night. The two teams played in a precursor to this one, the Māori side getting home in the end 3-0 over the Pacifica women. But look, it's a final, and anything can happen in finals, and look, if they expect it to come that easily, I'm sure they're going to be mistaken.
Yeah, just don't know what they were holding back yesterday.
Yeah, and that's always a bit of a game of cat and mouse, potentially the precursor, having to play back-to-back games as we see all the teams go through their handshakes there. Just in the distance, you can see the flags up in front of the dugouts. I love to see it's Fiji, Tonga and Samoa in front of the Pacifica, and this is their full lineup. I mentioned some of the big players earlier, but contributions also from Hallie Scurra, who's played up the middle of the field really well. Hannah Elliott, solid as well. Of course in goal it's Queenie Blacklock, who has made some really big strides over the last couple of years here at Heritage Tournament, originally playing for the Indian side and now fronting out for Pacifica, equally on the other side of the field. Look, there's names we could rattle off for days there. Oriwa Hepi in for today's game. They've got Grayson Keys-Kumiro back. She didn't play yesterday, neither did Ruby Baker, and she's up there on the field. The Rickard girls are out there. Hayley Cox ready to go again, but locked in by a player you know all too well, Courtney, Brodie Cochrane in goal.
Brodie, yes. She's a bit of a powerhouse at the back there. Bit of a brick wall.
Yeah, and she's, I mean, they haven't conceded a goal yet this tournament. She'll be hoping to keep that one intact and go through the whole weekend without having to pick the ball out of her net. A massive achievement for any goalkeeper.
As you would know.
Yeah, yeah. Look, I probably can't quite boast having a record like that, but look, it's all on here, and we've got a fast start. That's Kaya Elliott. She's an absolute handful, has been all weekend, in her third year here for the Pacifica women's side. Hard to imagine she's still so young. Kaya Elliott, she'll play a lot of time in the midfield here.
Cousin of Jamie Lewis and the junior Māori team. Yeah,
it's been great to see those two over the weekend just play against each other. A good little bit of banter on the turf and get used to some of these names being said over the call. Kaya Elliott there in 6 on the ball. As they come back out, here's another two we'll hear a lot from. Storm Dolan Robson now onto the ball. Carissa Markia next to her, and this is Markia coming onto it. Those two are going to have big performances if they're going to shut down the attacking group from the Māori side.
Māori are quite patient at the moment, just keeping it out wide, keeping the game in front of them.
Yeah, and that'll be a big aim for them, as we do see one just roll through the circle there. The old commentator's curse, don't tell Tina we said that. But the Māori team get away unscathed, and they'll come up onto the ball here. It's Amy Mitchell gets the start for the Māori team. Here is Grayson Keys-Kumiro, didn't play in last night's game, a bit of a rest, and Hayley Cox, she did play last night, and she's been quality all weekend.
She has been.
And she goes again, Cox linking up with Micah Ackroyd, and Hayley Cox there wins the free hit, and they stream forward pretty quickly. Now, this is a matchup I'm looking forward to seeing all day. We didn't quite get it there, but Rhiannon Holditch taking on Oriwa Hepi.
Yeah.
Two incredibly talented players.
A lot of experience behind the both of them.
Yep, and still able to play at such a high level. They'll match up in the middle of the field. You can already see it just off screen for those at home. But big-time players play big-time games, and they're both out here for their respective sides. Yeah, Alfie Rickard there just trying to play one forward. Here's Hallie Scurra in the middle of the field. A little lifted ball. Oh, well taken down there by Rachel Peck. Peck's just surveying. She's got Baker. Ruby Baker can't pull that one in. He's a relatively new face to this Māori women's side, Ruby Baker. Didn't play in last night's game, but has had some pretty cracking opportunities up the front there for them this weekend. There's Tori Val just weaving her way down the sideline. Lovely turn, Val. It's gone too far there for Tui Ravi and beats Meehan as well. Ruby J. Meehan, she's was playing in this final on the other side of the ledger just 12 months ago. Interesting to see if if the gold goes with her, or it stays in the hands of the Māori team. Tyler Goodsell-Matthews just unable to pull that one in. And Kylie Elliott there, she can't link up, but it's one back now by Scurra. Local player here, Hallie Scurra. And out they come. It's Lana Charlick on that side of the field. Lovely turn, Chris Markia. Oh, that's something special. Markia still going. Still going,
So
Carissa
solid.
Markia. She's in the circle now.
Oh,
On the penalty corner coming there for the stick check. I thought Amy Mitchell had done well to get the ball away from Carissa Markia, but the opportunity here for the Pacifica women, as we see the replay, thanks to One Foundation, this skill here is on another level. Carissa Markia. Amy Mitchell does well there to stop it, bounces around. Yeah, perhaps just a little stick contact in there. Big opportunity here for the Pacifica women. Looks like they'll line up here with Rhiannon Holditch at the bracket.
let's put in Brody to the test now. Let's see if she can keep it out.
Yeah, good early tester. Oh, and it's saved on the line.
Aye.
Second shot wide. Grayson Keys Kumiro does well. Saves it. Has a bit of an air swing. Gets it out as far
Fast
as...
break, whoa.
Oh, very nearly. Yeah, Jeffries with the second shot there for Pacifica. Fortunately, just went wide because they were at 6s and 7s in front of goal. The Māori team, and good first little throw at them there from the Pacifica side.
Nice aerial pass there. Oh,
You're just unable to pull it in, Mike Ackroyd. And look, already we've seen signs that we didn't see in last night's game. The Pacifica women having an early push. Onto the field now comes Kelsey Tenety for the Māori side. There's Mark at the back here. Tenety's up, putting a bit of pressure on. Transfer is through Dolan Robson, and she beats Ruby Baker. But the back tackle effort from Baker is successful. Afi Rickard. Yeah, Dolan Robson, she saw that one first. Made sure that she got the call too. Big transfers
Oh, good
on.
ball.
Yeah, lovely pass across to Lana Charlick. A bit of space in front of her too. Hannah Rose Elliott can't keep that one in.
the Māori are holding the middle quite well, forcing the Pacifica to play around the outside. It's quite good.
Yeah, and I'm sure that'll be something that's been spoken about in camp. I mean, Tina Balkaki is no slouch of a coach. It's good process in place if all we see is the Pacifica side coming up the sidelines. Here's Oriwa Hepi.
Oh, PC.
Oh, and she gets one back on Carissa Markia. It's the two superstars going one each in the attacking forays. We see this replay. Oriwa Hepi, just a tenacious player. And so hard to get a hold of. And just that play at the legs there was enough for David Oakley to award the penalty corner. So, look, we've had one way, and now we come back the other way, and the top of the bracket. This one's danger signs for Pacifica because Claudia Hannam's on.
Just put a few away this week.
Yeah, she got a double in a game earlier from the penalty corner. Here it comes. It's not tidy. 1-2 is there. And it's going to beat everybody. Tenety having to bring that one in. Oh, but unfortunate there. The clearance for Pacifica, not a tidy one, so they'll get a reload here. You see the penalty corner just knocked to the dragger. This one too
Just
beats
too
them
far
all.
ahead. Yeah.
As you see, it doesn't often come up off Tori Vale's stick, so they'll count their blessings here. It's nice to one. Hannam, run down by Elliott.
Oh,
And Kelsey Tenety driving there. Tori Vale thinks she was probably a little hard done by there. But they'll get another go at it. One thing to notice on this defensive penalty corner is just how quick Kaya Elliott gets out. She ran down the first one.
she's not big, but she gets out there.
Yeah.
Shuts it down. Whoa.
Just the danger call there. David Oakley, I think, saying that one was going wide and pretty clearly calls the danger one there, Oakley. So good couple of questions answered there by the Pacifica side. Queenie Blacklock getting a hand to it regardless of the call. And good start from both sides.
Yeah, it's fairly even at the moment, and there's no one really breaking through.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see Tori Val just working her way through everything. Contest there between Eva Sexton and Grayson Keys-Kumiro. Yeah, you're right. Not the biggest player in the park is Kaya Elliott, but man, she gets out quickly. And is a pretty talented player too.
One to look out for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. There's Tyler Goodsell-Matthews. She's been solid. She'll look to deliver a pass. Not coming. Holds it up nice and lovely pass. Yeah, Claudia Hannum there.
Unfortunate.
Falls though to Cox. Still going, Cox. Yeah, and work had to be done. Yeah, had to be. Tori Val. And it's good to see that most of the crowd have stuck around for this game, building around the pitch. Of course, it is our last game of the day. It's the women's final. We're about halfway through the first quarter here of action. Nothing troubling the scorer's table just yet. As we see Kayla Viles back in for today's game. Hallie Scurra. Vile has to reach for that one.
Good turnover.
Oh, Hayley Cox, knuckles to the ground. Kelsey Tenety with an opportunity here. She's got Cox. He's got the foot of Chris Amakia. And they'll take the long corner in the end. Yeah, I don't think Kelsey Tenety quite knew she had Nikayla Bradley storming up on the inside. And if she'd just been able to hold it a second longer, it could have been an option for her. But Audi were happy here on the ball. Hippie v Mark here. A little push as well, making sure that she gets out of the way. Goodsell-Matthews now up on the baseline. Falls there for Hippie. And they'll take the long corner. A player that you and I both know pretty well, Courtney Garby-Smith. I'm looking forward to her injection into the game. She was really good last night for the Māori side, and as a player not many will know around this tournament. So
it's good to see her come back into the Māori hockey tournaments after a long time. I think the last time Garby would have played would have been about 2009.
Yeah, fantastic to see her back. As mentioned, solid game from her last night, so we look forward to seeing her. Entry from Peck, falls to Cox. And Chris Amakia cleans up.
Haven't seen many shots get taken yet.
No, we've had the penalty corners, and outside of that, nothing really troubling either goalkeeper from field play just yet. Teams in that, I guess, feeling out phase of the first quarter and a final. Elliott can't quite beat Hannum's stick. And Hannum does really well. Here is Peck. She played in the midfield for most of yesterday. Looks like she's playing a little bit of a roving role up the right side of the field at the moment. And she is on the ball.
Yes, Garby's got a lot of speed, but quite she holds back. Not holds back. She uses it smart.
Yeah, absolutely. She's not just a bullet a gate player. She knows when to use the burners and can finish a goal or two as well, which is exciting for a final. Here's Nikayla Bradley working on Tori Val. Val wins that one. Still going, Tori Val. Lovely pass. First to it, though, is Hannum. A great reposition by Tyler Goodsell-Matthews there. Just allows Claudia Hannum to relieve a bit of pressure.
That's what I like about this Māori team, that they've got really good support play. They reposition at the back really well.
Maya Rickard there looking for the outstretched stick of Nikayla Bradley right up in front of Queenie Blacklock in goal. Yeah, a lot of their players have played either together or at a pretty high level, and they understand how to support in those those times rather than all just running to the ball. They get in positions for the ball carrier. Here's Dolan Robson. Tori Val's got a bit of time. I'm trying to pick out Ruby Jane Meehan. That one's going to go into the goal, and it's a 16-yard hit now for the Māori side. Good Matthews, Keys Kumiroa, both at the back there. It's a nice little, Amy Mitchell. She was looking at everything else she was going to do and just forgot to do the first part.
Well turned over.
Kaya Elliott putting in some of the tough stuff. This is going to be a good battle, these two. Yeah, I thought she'd done really well. Kaya Elliott, wowee. That's two young guns on either side here. Elliott and Tenity.
Oh, well done.
Yeah, way to, I mean, she's a fearless player, both on the hockey field and the rugby field, so no surprises there. Kelsey Tenity getting in and winning that free hit.
Yeah, my girl certainly felt how it feels to be tackled by a rugby player.
Yeah. And just a mention to, your junior Māori side over the weekend. They won their last game this morning against the Indian women's team, and look, have had a really good weekend, and you'll be pretty pleased with the way that they've grown over the 4 days.
Oh, definitely. From where we started in that first game against the Pacifica here, we'd like to play them again. You know, actually, all these teams just we were able to grow from each game. Really proud of them.
Yeah, it could be something cooking. It's gone the wrong way there for Jeffries. And for those just joining in, the fourth team in the competition this year was the junior Māori under-21 sides, in both the men's and the women's competitions this year. And look, absolutely held their own in all games. Here is Garby Smith.
Garby.
She's onto the field now. There it is, Garby Smith with her skill. Still going there for Rickard. It's in there and it's hit the foot of Markia. She tried to pretend it didn't happen. But everyone in black had their hands in the air. And Jelena Phillips, well, she waves them like she just don't care. And it's penalty corner here for the Māori Wahine side. Just a little bobble as we see this replay. Started from Garby Smith. Was waiting for her arrival.
Angle run. Her angle run is just killer.
It's a great touch by Storm Dolan Robson, but this one there just touched the toenail polish of Carissa Markia. Hannum.
Good save.
Yep, great
Good
save.
clear.
And they're away here.
Breakaway.
Eva Sexton's up the field. Brandon Holditch is putting in the big ones. Lovely ball. Jeffries finds Sexton. Sexton has Holditch. Sexton has a shot.
Oh!
And Amy Mitchell, MVP type stuff. Wow, what a brave one to get in on that shot. Eva Sexton couldn't put that one away. What a breakout, though. Look,
those are just some of those opportunities, eh? You're defending a defensive PC, but you've got those breakaway opportunities. You can often score from them.
Yeah, and interestingly enough, and for those that watched along last night, we didn't see much of this from the Pacifica side. Look, they've really come out and
brought it today.
Yeah, I mean, and that's what a final is. That's it's anybody's game here, and still 0-0 as we count down the final seconds of this first quarter. Very nearly an opportunity for the Pacifica side, and Holditch knows where the clock is, and she also knows where the ball's going. And she'll go and take a sip of water as we hear the siren and the whistles close the first quarter. The first chapter of this game's in the books. Scores still locked up at 0-0. Both teams with a couple little opportunities, both from penalty corner and in field play as the quarter wore on. And neither team looking to have really taken that first big step towards the trophy. So it means we're in for 3 quarters more of action as we see some of these highlights. Carissa Markia was the first to show a little bit of her razzle-dazzle. Ended up getting the penalty corner here for the Pacifica side. That one saved on the line. And that one Brody was in the right spot for the second save, but should be glad she didn't have to. Ori Wehepi then showed us her. Mouse going forward, earning the penalty corner for this leg trip. one just went a miss here. Probably not how it was drawn up. They were able to get a couple of reloads though. This one first up off the stick of Tori Val. This one well run down by Kai Elliott. But yeah, as we see that replay, the right call I think from David Oakley. Yeah, interesting call that one there, but
Yeah, it looked like it was still in the line.
well, yeah, I mean, look, David Oakley's a lot closer to it than we are, and
You can only call what you see.
yep, and his Garby Smith's inclusion brought on the last penalty corner of the match, of the quarter. Apologies, and here it was. Good solid save from Queenie Blacklock, right hand save, good clear. And look, this went down the other end of the field. This pass from Jeffries, cut back across the grain. Sexton just couldn't get this one away from Mitchell. That's lovely defending. Yeah, for any young defenders out there, clip that one and rewatch it. That's exactly how you defend a reverse stick shot. We see the
Nice
crowd.
and close.
Yep, nice and close. We see the crowd here building, and they're out treated so far with 17 minutes of our women's final. And here we go, Māori side with first use of the ball this quarter. No score on the board yet.
Both teams quite patient at the moment. Not seeing anyone trying to force any attack.
Yeah,
Just working their way in.
yeah, both teams well coached, and I'm sure that they both understand the nuances of a final, when to go, when to hold, knowing there is a full 70 minutes to play. As Goodsall Matthews just looks for an option forward, and the Māori team will come forward with it. Onto the field at the quarter break here, Tegan Geary, and not long before the break, Sinead Phillips has joined the fray as well. How cool to see your sister out there, Courts.
Yeah, pretty proud of her at the moment. She's not the loudest of players, but she'll give it a good crack.
Yeah, works hard too,
Yeah.
doesn't give up, and playing in a pretty tough position at the moment. I mentioned yesterday she'd been matched up with Kaya Elliott for most of the game. It's no easy matchup.
Good beef between those two.
Yeah.
Good battles.
Oh, and a ton of space. Garby Smith, baseline. Oh, beats everyone, and there is Kaya Elliott. Cleaning up, Eva Sexton. Oh, ankle breaker. Chip and chase.
Well done, Tyler.
Yeah, really tidy work with one hand too. Tyler Goodsall Matthews. And advantage here, Pacifica. Scurra into the middle of the field. Scurra. Grayson Keys Kumidor. Man, look at those strides. I bet you wish, or both of us do, wish we could run like that. Courts.
It's been a few years since we've been able to do that.
Yeah, there's Ackroyd. What's going to fall here? Ruby Baker. Baker with the turn. And she'll win the free hit here. Move their way forward.
Just
the front
a bit of a
line.
stick check.
Yeah, front line at the moment for the Māori side. Smith, Baker, Ackroyd. Can't get through Dolan Robson that time. Sinead Phillips tried her best. And here we go. As Dolan Robson drops it off and gets it back. Lovely play. Keys Kumidor with an easy option to go around the back through Goodsall Matthews. The captain, Uriwa Hepi. And again, you see that patience that has been so good for this Māori Wahine side. The Pacifica team happy just to sit in the three-quarter press and slide. Anytime you can get the ball out of Uriwa Hepi's hands is a good thing. We just have to be aware of where Claudia Hannon places herself. And here's the injection now from Grayson Keys Kumidor. And it's stolen, Ruby Baker.
Well done by Tegan there in that supportive role.
And Sinead Phillips dumps it out to Hannum and a reset back out to Goodsall Matthews. There's space on the right. Here's the matchup. One-on-one. Hepi, Holditch. Oh, the pass. But it's Smith. Garby Smith pulls it in. And another entry pass from Garby Smith. She'd love to link that up with one of her other strikers. She's done it twice now. Oh, Holditch just goes long. Looking for Jeffries up the front there for Pacifica. It's right down in the corner there. Glad the camera team have eyes on that one.
Yeah, can't see from here.
Yeah, it's the furthest point from us in the commentary box. We're relying on our camera team, but here's Hannah Roselia.
Well, here's an opportunity.
Oh, Ruby Jane Meehan, 1-2. Great clean-up, but it's going to fall here for Elliott. Nice patience here, Pacifica. She's just going to give away the free hit there. We got a bit scrambly there in front of the cage of Brodie Cochrane. She did well to make sure that one didn't get past her. But again, real opportunities that weren't there last night for this Pacifica side. Perhaps a bit of that cat and mouse, not wanting to show everything last night. Here's Tenity shaping up. Oh, Garby Smith. Garby, very nearly. She gets the slide on. And went very close there. It was a lovely ball across from Tenity. You see the dugouts looking on there. It's Tina Belkake and Rue Downs, the manager. Great steal, Ruby Baker. And cleaning it up. Well, I thought it was Kai Elliott, but she's given it back little between. And now it's out. Yeah, a little scrambly there. The second quarter, you can just start to see the two teams throw a little bit more in their attacks.
Tempo's ramped up a little bit.
Yeah, it has, and it's, I'm sure, going to be pretty hot out there. After all the rain we had in Thunder last night, it's ended up a hot day here in Hamilton.
It's quite muggy during the juniors game today, so seniors were asking us questions about what the weather was like before they turned up.
Yeah, that humidity will take it out of you as well. They have to make sure that they're taking on plenty of water. Here's Goodsell Matthews, dumps it off. Oh, it's lovely shape.
Transfer.
Yeah, back it comes. Grayson Keys Kumidor has Tegan Gary. Gary, though, just got a little far up the line.
I like how the Pacifica have been able to put players high, stretch the defensive unit of the Māori here.
Yeah.
They've been able to find them a couple of times now.
Yeah, and they've got good ball distributors out of the back. Storm Dolan Robson, one of them. Markia, of course. And when Holditch gets her hands on it as well, can really distribute out of the back. There she is, keeping it in. Holditch gets away from her. Here we go. Goodsell Matthews given a lot of space up the sideline. And earns the free hit too. And it'll be a massive achievement here for this Māori team if they can three-peat. Of course, they'll still be the only team with their names on the cup. And I'm sure that's the aim out here today. Everyone's in it for a final. Here we go, Rhiannon Holditch. She's up.
That's good pressure.
Big split
pressure.
press. And she's still going, Rhi. As we see the... see and hear the Māori boys down in front of us getting their team photos done. They're supporting the women's side. Awesome to see those boys here in support. And Tori Val, she'll bring the ball back up for a 16-yard hit. The front line still of Tenity, Smith and Baker. Haven't seen a real clean shot yet from either team. Hayley Cox there, spent. She's out on her feet after that little effort. Hayley Cox.
She's got a high work ethic, Hayley Cox.
Yeah, played hockey at a really high level, been involved in the national selections, age group right through her time down in Canterbury. And out here again today for the Māori side. They are. Goodsell Matthews on the reverse. That one's no good. And look how calm Kai Elliott is just pulling that one down. Look, most people would dodge out of the way. She's ready to play. Still no score here halfway through the second quarter. And just a little bouncer there for Markia. Baker's going to take it quickly. They'll get the free hit for it too. Move their way forward. Yeah, not the comfort they had last night, this Māori team. They scored one fairly early in the game through Garby Smith and then kind of were able just to to work their way through the game. No such comfort just yet. Uriwa Hepi having to stretch for that one. He's going to beat her over the sideline. The more this game wears on without score, the Pacifica side will grow here. Like I said, they'll want to make amends for last night. And after going down early there, they've put in an improved performance already this game. Here's Hannum, cut out by Kai Elliott. And she makes the pass too. Elliott has Tui Ravi. Rickard working.
Good tackle.
Yeah, solid work there. Goodsu Matthews. And Pacifica will march a couple of strikers up the field. They've got a high one at the moment. Oof, solid contest there. Nothing from it.
Play on.
Yeah. Hannum on Elliott. Rolls it back out to Peck. Lovely drop off there from Hayley Cox.
So I'd like to see a little bit more of this from both teams, actually, just taking control to treasure the ball a little bit more. A few wayward passes going on here and losing that momentum that a lot of the teams are building.
Yeah, and a bit, nice.
Ooh.
Nice move there, left, right, good night.
Oh.
And Nicola Bradley just illegally sliding in and doing her work under there. Gabi Smith wanted a bar of it too. Yeah, you're right. And look, perhaps fatigue may be playing a part in that. Playing perhaps a little too out of control. But we'd hope not.
Gab.
Yeah, nice work there from Gabi Smith. Under some pressure here. Kayla Val, lovely overhead ball though. And an easy decision in the end for the umpires. Amy Mitchell under that one the whole time. Eva Sexton doing the job on her own up there at the moment. And Nicola Bradley just fighting out of her weight class in that one. Trying to take on Tori Val. But winner free hit here. Gabi Smith comes forward quickly.
Sure, I saw a card from that exact situation yesterday.
It might have been 5.1 metres, that one. Look, I won't ask questions of it, but here we go. The Māori team back again.
Well defended.
Yeah, Tori Val solid there, and they've opened up an attack opportunity. The game's getting stretched out here. Sexton, the unorthodox way of about it. Good recycle in the end there from the Māori side. Big swing. Cox has Tenity outside her. Here is Tenity. She's got Bradley and Smith. Opts to try and take on Holditch. It's going to work for them somehow in the end there. Hannum, great receive in the midfield. Yeah, strong. And now she's unlocked. Tyler Goodsill-Matthews around. Kaylee Tui Ravi still going. Goodsill-Matthews. Gabi Smith. Little reverse shovel. I like that from Gabi. Didn't have time to, obviously wind up on the reverse. I'm not sure she has it in her arsenal, but just getting the little ball going into the mixer there.
She's a smart player. She knows when to take her opportunities and when to create an outcome in the circle there.
Yeah. And, they're starting to just really work this period of possession over the Māori side. Pacifica scrambling well in their defensive efforts. And working really hard up the front. Just a two-striker venture at the moment.
Really crowding the defensive quarter.
Yeah. Yeah, so what they're doing is that they're using two strikers to look after 4 or 5 players. One picking up Hannum in the middle of the field and the other one doing the legwork up the front. Look, I don't know how long you can keep that up for, but it's working at the moment.
Ask questions of your fitness levels there.
Yeah.
How much have you done over summer?
Yeah, the answer will always be not enough. There we go, Keys Kumiroa. And now here's the problem when the striker's not doing the running. So they've got the one on Hannum in the middle, and Eva Sexton's chose that left side, but now there's a lot of space on the outside of her, and there they go, Tegan Geary. Sexton can't get into that one. Then the pass, Rickard, and the skill, Rickard. Back to Geary, she'll do well enough. Peck. Yeah, a little scrappy there, but they'll take the free hit here, the Māori side. Pacifica doing well just to break things down and make things difficult. Ricard just rolls onto the back of her stick there. Yeah, you might be asking why they go for that only 1 or 2 player swinging up the front, and it just means that they can have an extra couple in the defensive end, especially when you've got players like Orewa Hepi, Afina Ricard, Hayley Cox coming at you. And, so a little mistrap was going to fall to Holditch, but stripped there. Hayley Cox showing her class, this final Hayley Cox. And Grayson Keys, Kumiroa. Big transfer there to Gary. Peck there's going to run into 2 Pacifica players. And a good turnover there for Pacifica. Here we go, Kai Elliott.
Transfer once they turn over.
Yep. Yeah, she's looking, she's searching. It's going to fall there for Holditch. Holditch has Sexton across the other side of the field. Oh, and was looking for her too. Grayson Keys Kumiroa though. Up to that one. Still going. Kai Elliott, Hannah Rose Elliott. Oh, what a ball. Well trapped by Tegan Gary. Hannum and Ricard back there doing some defensive work. Right, here they go. Another look here for Elliott. Hannah Rose Elliott is going to take on Afina Ricard, see if you can do 2. There is the ball along the ground again. Most players would be envious of that skill. 2 in a row there. Garby Smith. She's up, she's chasing it. She's still going, Garby Smith. And she just pulls out of that one there. Thinks probably better than to go screaming at Carissa Markia. You get made to look like a cone pretty quickly. There. You good to see this Māori team just sending a striker up high.
I'm liking the ball movement from the Pacifica here.
Yeah. Yeah, it's what the Māori side have been doing to them, so good to see that they can do one in return serve. Maybe Jane Meehan can't run that one in. As we count down the final minute here, still nothing on the scoreboard. This game's been very back and forth, but with not a huge amount of genuine
shots.
Yeah, genuine opportunities outside of the couple of penalty corners that were a little bit misfired. And we see the Pacifica boys getting up on the grandstand in behind them there. They'll be cheering on their women's team. Yeah, you hear it there. It's good to hear from the Pacifica boys. And, they might have one last throw at it here. Kayla Val. And that's going over the back line there. They'll count down the final seconds. David Oakley there, our umpire, blows half time on that one. And just like that, half the game in the books, and we're no closer to knowing who's going to be our women's champion for 2023. Look, at the moment it's a coin toss. Courts, a couple of opportunities, even. But yeah, both ends there. The Māori side had a good period of attack, but turned away every time without too many calls on Queenie Blacklock in goal. Then the Pacifica side, they have their opportunities as well, and look, it's just going to take one to break this thing wide open.
If the Māori can work around Kai Elliott, because she's just running down everything at the moment. She's been doing quite well in that first runner roll.
Yeah. Yeah, their penalty corners are going to have to be a little creative at the top to beat Elliott. Here's again some of those highlights. This is for first quarter action. We saw both Markia and Hepi able to earn penalty corners for their respective sides. But as mentioned, just some miscues at penalty corner time. Perhaps it's fatigue, perhaps it's teams just coming together for the weekend. That one run down there, we talked about Kai Elliott. And this one here, just it's deemed dangerous. I mean, it was saved in the end anyway, so not much different the call would have been. But still being kept at bay, this Māori women's side. Something nobody's been able to do yet. I mean, we talk about them not conceding goals, but look, they've also scored them in bunches against every team as well. So really interesting to see how they do when they're not ahead. They've had the benefit of getting up a goal pretty early in most of their games.
Yeah.
You see this.
Our coaches at the moment, see who's able to make the adjustments to get those attacking opportunities and get into that circle.
Yeah, I mean, and it's got to be. Look, at this stage, hats off to Jay Punga and Josephina Tamatoa. What a change in scenery we've had from last night's game.
We'd be interested to hear what their team talks were.
Yeah. Whether last night was just ride through the game and what happens, and we'll run it all out for tonight, or whether they did just get outplayed on the night. Now, we'll never know. We can only ever speculate, but I mean, at this point, this is everything a final is supposed to be. Tight at the moment. But look, I'm sure neither of these teams will want to go to a penalty shootout, specifically the Pacifica side with Brodie Cochrane in goal. So don't be surprised if this one does start to open up a little bit. And as a spectator, I hope it does. Here's some great shot here now of the Māori team. Tina Valkake laying down the law at the moment with her side. She'll, I'm sure, have a boatload of different ideas and ways that they can adjust and adapt to what she's seen in the first half. Really interesting to see there, all the girls paying attention. They're not broken off into groups like you do see some teams do, attackers, defenders. It's all on Tina, and they're all right in there. Now this Pacifica side, well, they've moved down a little bit, and we'll get a quick look at them too. Jay Punga there in the black hoodie. He's got some words for the team. Same thing, one huddle, one plan. And look, 35 minutes left of hockey for them to get their name on the championship trophy. But both teams still locked up. It's 0-0. No goals so far in today's final, but Courtney, we haven't been to a penalty shootout yet this year. After last year we had 3 out of the first 4 games on day 1 went to a penalty shootout. Had nothing yet so far. No overtime pay, no no extra hockey, and I mean, I've enjoyed having a break between games, and I'm sure the players have enjoyed not having to go for that extra little bit, but I know there's a goalkeeper coming onto the field right now who'd love to. I'm sure she would love to have medal. A shootout or two. Yeah, and Brodie Cochrane, she smiles as she comes back out. As we see, there's the Pacific Island boys again, enjoying themselves and enjoying the game. I'm sure there is Brodie Cochrane, great view there as she goes back into her spot for the next 35 minutes and the battle that is ahead of her. I've often seen the Māori team pull Brodie off in the last couple of games, so not quite this time. Yeah, really interesting point you make. It's something they've practiced, the senior Māori team. I will say we weren't ever able to pull it off, that extra goal with the goalkeeper off, but they have gone through it and they have practiced it a couple of times in taking the extra field player. So, you know, I mean, if they get to that situation where perhaps they are behind on the scoreboard, that's not something new to them. No. So, smart move by Tina to have that practice in the middle of the tournament. Oh, not quite pulling off there. Yeah, Ree went for one of my favourite moves, actually, the little reverse overhead. Tricks everybody usually, but just tricked herself there, that one. Ree and Pohori were happy, swamped, immediately. Elliot and Skara both straight at her. Goodsill Matthews, there's another overhead miscue. And here we go through Chris Amakia, Pacifica, Kaylee Tuiravi, Hannah Rosalia, can't pull that one in. Yeah, you'd love to have a mic in some of those team talks and just see what was going on. I mean, fortunately for the teams, we don't, and they like to keep their secrets close to their chests, I'm sure, but I mean, for all us viewers at home, man, we'd love to be a fly on the walls, especially in today's final. And here is Elia Scurra, Meehan, lovely
Good
drop
touch.
off. Elliott, Kaya Elliott, can she do it?
First shot. Aye.
Oh, great shot. And Kaya Elliott at Brodie Cochrane. That's happened a fair few times before. But good first start here for the Pacifica and first real shot of the game there through Kaya Elliott.
Patience. Well done.
But Brodie Cochrane equal to that tester. Yeah, now we can see why she was smiling when she was coming out of half-time. She knew she was going to get a bit of action from the Pacifica side. And good little bit of intent to start this third quarter for the Pacifica women. Here is Elliott. Oh.
Really using the sides well, the Pacifica women. Oh.
Yeah, they have that. I mean, oh yeah, Kai Elliott comes on quick. Reverse, Kai Elliott. It's found the foot there of Grayson Keys-Kumiro, and that's on the back of Kaya Elliott. Whatever was said to her at halftime has definitely worked. She's gone 2 bits of brilliance here for the Pacifica side. As we check out the replay here, thanks to One Foundation. Gets a free hit here, and who's there? Kaya Elliott. Straight down to the baseline. This little reverse stick number onto the foot there of Grayson Keys-Kumiro. An opportunity here to fire a shot early in the second half for the Pacifica side. It's Holditch up on the bracket. Holditch. Save
Good
Cochrane.
save.
Elliott though.
Well ran.
Yeah, really solid defensive effort there. It was Tyler Goodsell-Matthews getting out on the block. But 2 free players in the circle. Ruby Baker gets back for some defensive work. And 16-yard hit the signal from David Oakley. Yeah, good first up save there by Brodie Cochrane on the flick of Holditch. And excellent defensive work there on the shot of Kaya Elliott. And the Māori women stand up to the first couple of tests. Probably tested more than they have been.
In the first half.
Yeah, in the first half. Good couple of cracks at it there, Pacifica. And I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say I'd rather one or the other, but man, would love to see Pacifica score a goal here and just see how hard this Māori women's side work when they're behind. We haven't seen it at all this weekend. But any goal here is going to really open things up either side. I'm just a spectator this weekend and looking forward to a good second half. Elliott can't pull that one in. Goodsell-Matthews there. She'll walk forward for the sideline hit.
Kelsey in the circle there. Be good to see her getting shot away.
Yeah, she's got an absolute rocket of a reverse stick shot when she does get it away.
Oh, here we go.
Space here for Tui Ravi. Kaya Elliott's on her bike. If the ball can get across to her, it's coming.
Well done, Grayson.
Yeah, really solid defensive work there. Grayson Keys-Kumiro, Ruby J. Meehan tried to have a second dig at it and just hits it over the back line. Oh, for any of you young kids watching, just watch the efforts of Kaya Elliott playing from almost halfway in behind where the ball was turned over. She just put the gas on straight towards the goal. Didn't come to her, but the effort is right there. Here's Grayson Keys-Kumiro. She's got Amy Mitchell. Amy Mitchell's under a bit of pressure there. And the free hit will come for Mitchell. Here's Tenity. She's got some speed, Tenity, but Tori Viles right there with her. Great tackle. Yeah, Chris Amakia cleans up well there for Pacifica. And if anybody thought this was going to be a 3-0 one-way traffic like it was last night, you don't know the half of it here. Storm Dolan Robson. These two teams arch rivals from this time 12 months ago.
Oh.
Oh, Heppy. Here's Cox and Goodsell-Matthews. Little Matthews, she'll get it back, hit, lovely pass. And Carissa Markia on the spot, she knows the danger there. Haley Cox there will take the long corner. Kylie Elliott can't reach that one. Goodsell Matthews across the circle. Winnie Blacklock, good stretch out. Elliott. Cox here for the Māori side. In and away. Goodsell Matthews just runs out of room. The Pacific boys cheering down in the corner. The flags are waving. And they got a lot of supporters down there, which is good to see for this Pacifica women's side. Heppy in the middle of the field. Heppy with the transfer. Yeah, lovely work. Ooh, very nearly. Long corner coming here through Heppy. Lovely ball, Mitchell. That's a nice receive there up the left side of the field. Still going, Mitchell. And they breathe a sigh of relief at the back there, the Pacifica side. There we go, just having a look. Storm Dolan Robson under a bit of pressure from Nicola Bradley. Back out to Markia. Markia's working. Lovely work there from Carissa Markia. And trapped by Hannum. Peck will come away with it. Now a little bit of back and forth there. A couple of little turnovers either way, but Māori side with the ball. We'll get another one here taken quickly. Peck. And nobody there for her. Just a little rush of blood, perhaps.
A bit stagnant up the front there for the Māori.
Yeah. They'll get another go at it here. Garby Smith can't pull that one in. Val gets it out to Holditch. Holditch just opts to get to the other end of the field. Will it find the sideline? Not quite. 16-yard it will be. And the support down the other end, the Māori boys getting up in behind their Wahine side here. Oh, this one runs away from Gary, yeah. Unfortunate there for her. Lona Charlick on the ball here. It's up off the stick of Gary. Sexton, though, can't pull that one in. In fact, it will be her ball. Eva Sexton. Pacifica will walk forward. Charlick will come on to the ball. Oh, that one's going to be hard to pull in. She does well. Not quite. Not quite there, Ruby Jane Meehan. Looking, Gary searching. A little heavy on the stick there of Scurra. Cox comes away with it. Troubled by, guess who? Kai Elliott. Garby Smith wins it back. Oh, little blender.
Skills.
Blender. They're on sale at Briscoe's this weekend. Here's Heppy. And the penalty corner comes to the Māori side. Wow, I want to see a replay of the skill there from Hayley Cox. It was finished in the end by Oriwa Heppy to earn the penalty corner. One foundation here, we're going to see it. 50% off at Briscoe's this weekend. Blenders. Here's Oriwa Heppy. Yeah, nice work there onto the foot of Charlick. And big opportunity here for the Māori side. Hannum steps up. Heppy's there as well. It's gone to Heppy's bracket.
Well done, Carissa.
Yeah, lovely defensive work there. I think looked like they were maybe going for the deflection there. Nicola Bradley got herself in.
Not quite going wide enough. There's a lot of space on the outside.
Yeah, either through a layoff or really going for the wide deflections. That one there, not able to come off for them. And a couple of challenges there. Free hit for the Māori side. It's been touched there, so free play, and Elliott wins the free hit. Closing in on 5 minutes to go in this third quarter. Still nothing troubling the scorers table as of yet. It'll be interesting to see at which stage do the teams really start pushing for something. I mentioned the Māori side probably the more happy to go into a penalty shootout. But look, they don't want to leave it to that chance if they can and avoid it. Here we go. The build-up on halfway is through Hannum. Hannum, Goodsill Matthews. Into Cox.
Oh, well done.
Yeah, good battle there, Hallie Scurra. And that one there's going to go straight to a Pacifica player. It's Charlick, Holditch. Garby Smith tries her best but can't hold that one. Lovely takedown there from Tyler Goodsill Matthews and Kai Elliott. Still going. Kai Elliott, Eva Sexton. She's gonna run it in. Still going, Sexton. Can't get past Claudia Hannum though. Here is Rhiannon Holditch. That one's just going to beat everybody over the back line. Well watched by Brodie Cochran. Tyler Goodsill Matthews just takes a bit of a breath. About 3.5 minutes left in this third quarter. Garby Smith in a great spot there on halfway. Smith finds Peck. Finds Baker. Baker. Got to control it first. Still going, Ruby Baker. Crabbing across the field, Ruby Baker. Not gaining a whole lot of meters, but still with it here. And back she comes to Tegan Gary. Yeah, too easy there in the end for Chris Maki. Oh, nice. Storm Dolan Robson gets the Pacifica boys up on their feet. I'd love to see a cheer off at the third quarter break between the Māori side and the Pacifica boys. Yeah, here it is, the Māori side with ball at the back.
Brandon's up.
Yeah, up and hunting. Bit of space there for Mitchell. It's going to fall there for Claudia Hannum.
Touch with Garby there.
Just having to wear a few attacking phases here. The Pacifica side still resolute in their defence though. And here comes up the middle of the field. Goodsill Matthews, she's looking. She's got on the outside of Ruby J. Meehan. There's the elbow from the Tamaki teammates. Good little challenge. Pacifica boys again, they love it. Must be good courts playing in front of the Pacifica boys down there cheering for everything they do.
It's good when you've got a big crowd,
Yeah.
big crowd supporting you.
Yeah, supporting absolutely.
Not so much when you're on the opposite end.
Yeah.
Good ball. Oi. Stick's gone.
Oh yeah, fireworks starting. Maybe this was the push we've been waiting for. Final minute now of the third quarter. Still nothing on the scoreboard. Tori Val there with the ball. She's got Hannah Rosalia. Great receive and contest too.
Ooh. Starting to get a bit physical now.
Yeah. As we'd expect, the game's wearing on. Still no team able to get themselves on the scoreboard. Everything on the line here. Last game of the weekend. Yeah, good work there from Afi Ricard. Up they come, the Pacifica side. Last 20 seconds, try and put some pressure on. Really smooth there from Claudia Hannum. Yeah, we hear the calls for her to get her feet around. We got coaches all around the park here. Love to hear it, and that's going to bring in the hooter and the whistles. Courtney, we're 3/4 through and still no closer to knowing who will be up in chairs at the end of this match.
That shootout's looking a lot more likely.
Yeah, look, it's inching closer. 17 minutes now is all that stands between these two and the end result. And look, it could take more than that 17 as we see the teams go in for their final instruction there from the coaches.
Great shot there by Kaya. The first shot that we got away in the game. And again, earning that PC.
Yeah, that was a good PC there, earned by the Pacifica team. Good save there, Brodie Cochran in goal. This one here, an opportunity for Tui Ravi. As mentioned, she had a player screaming up on the inside. Meehan couldn't get that one away. Some opportunity here through Uriwa Hepi. She's been good. Look at this little bit of skill there. Lovely work.
Both teams have been quite safe at the moment. Not throwing up too many... not trying anything too flashy. I think they're just playing a bit safe. I'd like to see a little bit more flair though.
Yeah,
from both teams.
It's all been pretty reserved, and I think neither team wants to overexert too much in the chance that they get countered and it turns around the other end, because it's a tough way to lose a final when you're pushing forward and then one goes in at the other end. But look, it's now or never for both of these sides, and I expect to see a little bit more going forward from both teams. As we mentioned, yes, perhaps one side more happy to go to a shootout, but I can guarantee you after 4 games in 4 days, nobody really wants to go there.
No.
And here we go, Pacifica with first use of the ball. Kaya Elliott showing off her City Fitness
touch.
membership. Oh, still there for Meehan. It's off her stick. She's up. This is a battle we saw earlier. Oh, she thought it was hers too, Meehan. Here we go, Ruby Baker from behind halfway.
Easy ball, easy ball.
Yeah, just give the easy one there. Perhaps guilty of looking for the speculator, and I mean, not numbers up for Pacifica at all. It's a 2-on-5. Yeah, they finally stream some numbers forward. Yeah, and that one not the option for them. Yeah, we ask for teams to give a little bit more, but it doesn't have to come by the 60-metre pass. Here we go. Ricard working. Nice turn, Ricard. She's got support. Doesn't need it. Still going, Ricard. That one, Val's going to pick that one up.
Well done.
Yeah, still going, Tori Val. And she'll win the free hit as well. It's free hit here for Kayla Val. Into the ball, into the middle here, Kai Elliott. Oh, so smooth, so mature too to win that free hit. And get the pass going. Hannah Rose Elliott, inside, outside, around Amy Mitchell. Still there for Elliott. Keeping the ball tucked. Wins the free hit. And we're going to come back for a green card.
Who are we looking at?
Maya Rickard there. Interesting one there. The viewers at home, you'll have the benefit of being able to rewind and seeing where that one occurred, but umpires clearly saw it, and glad they played the advantage and came back for it later. So the Māori side now 2 minutes in the bin, and the player advantage to Pacifica. Let's see if they can use it. Interesting, they're the player up, but still sitting in a two-striker shape. No. Nice, Ruby J. Meehan gets the steal anyway. Middle of the field, though, that's going to find absolutely nobody. Unfortunate one there. They've done all the good work in turning it over, and Ruby Baker wants to go quickly. Tenety. Oh. Tenety with the afterburners can't pull that one in. And Dolan Robson will pull the ball back forward. She does so with pace because, again, she knows they're up a player with for a couple of minutes here. Carissa Markia into Elliott. Positional change for Kaya Elliott. She's moved into centre midfield. Under pressure. Oh, very nearly Ruby Baker. But here they come, Pacifica, and there's numbers forward too. Meehan's one, Jeffries is the other. And David Oakley, the only one with the option of trapping that. He's going to see it over the sideline there for Pacifica, but an opportunity here for a full press. And they're a player up, so should be on here for them.
Māori, we have to work hard to get it out of this corner.
Yeah, they're right up in there too, Pacifica. That one's going to help. And the long ball to Tenety. Wow, how have they managed that out? 2 passes.
Pacifica using the ball really well, letting the ball do the work. Māori holding on to just a little bit too long.
Yeah, I'd love to see them just keep that ball moving. Here's Garby Smith. And that one's straight to the stick of Storm Dolan Robson. Great pick, Claudia Hannum. Hannum here just turning. Finds Hepi, Oriwa Hepi. Gets past Rhiannon, Holditch. It turns on the inside there of Kai Elliott, and what a save. It was actually Chris Amakia's stick that got in the way of that shot and sent it out over the back line. Good little acknowledgement there between the two leaders, and awesome to see. We see turn inside, Goodsell Matthews, and the Pacifica boys go up once again. Good to see, good to hear. They'll take a second here at the Pacifica side, no longer with the player advantage. Back to the full complement here, the Māori team. And that's 5 minutes gone in this last quarter. First 5 go so quickly. Hannum dumps it out. Keys Kumiro with the transfer. Here's Amy Mitchell.
Oi!
Yep, that's straight into the pocket there of David Oakley. And it's yellow as well. 5 minutes there for Hannah Roselia. So big opportunity here for the Māori side, up for the next 5 minutes. Player advantage. Tenety here. Rickard. Trapped by Dolan Robson. Storm Dolan Robson. Does well. Holditch. Can't get that one any further than halfway. Grayson Keys Kumiroa has Amy Mitchell.
She's cleaning up well at the back.
Yeah, such a composed player, Grayson. They'll be happy to have her back here for today's game. Garby Smith. Oof, that one's going to
Worn
hurt.
A couple of those before.
Yeah, that one's going to hurt the little toe knuckle there of Carissa Markia. Tenety up onto the ball, right on the dotted circle. Going to take on Markia. Not the wisest decision I've ever seen a person make. Should do enough though to win the long corner. Tenety. And still another wave of attacking possession here for the Māori side. Goodsill Matthews tries to go cross
whatever,
country.
wanted it there.
Yeah, Kai Elliott wears off one. Kai Elliott got her head up now. Rolls it.
Good touch.
Yeah, Keys Kumiro the first to touch it. She's going to try and keep it in too. Got to go straight to Ruby J. Meehan. That's up off the stick. It's touched there by Heppy. And the lolly scramble. Still on here for Pacifica. Recycle through Tuiravi. Back to Dolan Robson. Tennety's hunting.
Good work.
Oh, great tackle. Tori Val still going. The entry. Oh, very nearly there. David Oakley right on top of it. You'll have to see it.
Got a physical battle here.
Yeah, this has really turned up considering it's the Pacifica side short a player. They had a nice little go at it. So we see teams just take a few breaths there as that ball went down to the back corner, and Dolan Robson on it now for Pacifica. A bit of an aimless one, that one, straight down to Amy Mitchell. Mitchell will get it back here. Māori side just trying to negotiate a bit of shape and space. They do have the player advantage again for probably another 2.5 minutes here. Unable to capitalise on it just yet. Perhaps here, Peck. She's got players either side. And that one, good little touch there from the defence of the Pacifica side. They'll happily concede the long corner over most other options. Rhiannon Holditch just asking them to get all the way back in and help. Players right up for the Māori side. Hannum takes it. Hannum takes it again. Hannum perhaps doesn't stop that one before taking it. And we'll get a full reset on this one through Orewa Hepi. In fact, she'll roll it to Hannum right up on the edge. There it is to Hepi.
A good roll.
Yeah, she goes turn. Gets it a little stuck under her feet there, Hepi, but she'll take the free hit happily. Great defence there, Tori Val. Crowd's getting up. Still going, Val. Great tackle, Tyler Goodsill Matthews. Goodsill Matthews now weaving. And Carissa Markia right there when needed. She's giving every bit of leg she has left. Micah Ackroyd now, yeah. Wins the free hit as well, heads up. Kai Elliott. Great tackle, Tori Val. Rhiannon Holditch now. She's going to run the length of the field here, Holditch. Pulls up a little bit short. Here's Rachel Peck. Oh, another lovely tackle. Hallie Scurra the one that time. And this Pacifica side defending with their hearts today. There's still a player down at the moment. Hannah Rosalia on the seat with the yellow card. It can't be for too much longer. Here she gets up and shaking the legs off for the countdown. Māori side, perhaps last little roll here with the player advantage. Closing it on 6 minutes left to play. Rickard shapes outside, turns inside. And here comes Alia. They're back to 11. And she's straight onto the challenge there of Mitchell. 6 to go here, Courts.
I'll be looking at my shootout list.
Yeah.
Starting to figure that out.
Yeah. One eye on the shootout list, one eye on the game, one eye on Orewa Hepi. You can't get that one through. Still here for the Māori side. They just haven't been able to crack this Pacifica wall at the moment.
They've been solid.
Yeah, really
solid around
strong.
that perimeter.
There again, the Val sisters tag team. Again, Kayla that one. Air swing that one. Hallie Scurra putting her life on the line. We saw a similar one under the stick of Jan Peterson in an earlier game. I think it was Hale Pritchard at that point, or Matariki Bennett, in fact. Oh, it's bounced up. Marky under a bit of pressure. Oh, How smooth is that?
She's
Bouncing
just,
ball.
that's too cool.
Yeah, Tenity running at you. And here we go. Lock and load. If you're watching
5 minutes.
at the turf on YouTube or on Facebook, 5 minutes. This is it. Nothing else matters. The rest of the game doesn't matter. The rest of the weekend, nothing in it. 5 minutes now for either side to stamp their name on this year's Championship Cup. And it's Hayley Cox here. Hayley Cox turns on Hallie Scurra. Still going, Cox. Onto the leg of Dolan Robson. Hannum, she's controlled a lot of this Māori play today. Goodsul Matthews. Peck reins it in. Oh, very nearly there. Rachel Peck.
She's been solid this weekend.
Yeah, a new face to the team as well. Played last tournament for Aotea at the National Māori Hockey Tournament, the champions Aotea. Hey, sorry, I have to mention that,
don't
Courtney.
even bring that up.
A game similar to this, 0-0
The
for so
challenge has
long.
been laid down by the Aotea girls for the Tokiro girls.
Fantastic. We can't wait to see that one come October, Labour weekend. We'll be there.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah. But before that, we've got 3 and a little bit more minutes of this one left. Tyler Goodsul Matthews trying to get past Kaya Elliott. No bueno there. And Elliott goes fence to fence here. And interestingly, this Pacifica side just going to sit back. And there's some shenanigans going on in the changing sheds with the Māori boys, I well expect. Here's Hannum. She's shaping up. They've got a half-court press here. This Pacifica side going to hunt on the mistake.
Well done.
Very nearly there. Maybe Jane Meehan putting her body on the line. Here's Hannum.
Definitely got 11 to their defence here. It's going to be hard for the Māori to break through that.
Yeah, as it has been all game, obviously. Oh, Tori Val. Here it is, Cox.
Here we go.
And over the back line. Team's pointing, team's smiling, still pointing.
We all like to think we know what's going on.
Yeah, absolutely. Here's Storm Dolan Robson. We count down to the final 2.5 minutes of this women's final. We're deadlocked. And I think your prediction, Courtney, is becoming ever more true. We could have our first shootout of the weekend, and how fitting that it be the final.
Just a testament to a good final, though, eh? You don't want a boring...
Nah, you don't want to see a team run out and then just coast their way home. This one's a war to the final seconds. Here we go. Oriwa Hepi keeps it in. Hepi. Good challenge there from Val. And the free hit for Tori Val.
Cheeky elbow.
It's the competitive elbow, that one. It's right next to the cheeky elbow. Here's Rhiannon Holditch. There's the turnover. And that one's friendly fire. They're not the same team, but they are good buddies. They won't admit it in the heat of war, but Hepi and Holditch, and an opportunity here for the Māori side. Tenity working. Makia comes away with it. Inside, outside, still going. Kaz picked up in the end there by Goodsul Matthews. Hepi
She did well there.
really well. Yeah, and just a little heat check there from Juliana Phillips. Just making sure we've got a big final 60 seconds here. Perhaps 1 or 2 rolls of the dice here. Hannum looking, Hannum searching. No way through Makia. Jeffrey's going to have to go 80. Hannum's got it back. Hannum beats 1. Hannum. Oh, big call, big decision here.
Last 20 seconds.
20 seconds to go. Makia there, perhaps just inside that 5-yard zone when Hannum took it. Let's see the replay here from One Foundation. Free hit. Yeah, the only thing I will say, tough to know where that free hit was taken from, but the decision is in the books, and the opportunity here as the hooter rings out.
This could be it.
Must be very, very close.
We saw with our game, there's only one goal in it.
Yeah, that's it, ref. And ref has blown time, so this is the ball game here. Yeah, and they're going to have to have a retake here.
Oh no.
Interesting, Carissa Markia just comes to grab her mouth guard that she'd misplaced a little while ago. She runs back in. She was about to defend that one with no mouth guard. That's the metal that is Carissa Markia. I wondered why she'd run out here. But a reset now. Out clean. Hannum. It's the body, so we'll go again. Kaya Elliott, a brave run. She's an absolute workhorse, Kaya Elliott. And if they get through this one without conceding, there's a lot of pat on the back for her. She'll go again here, the reload. This time, Heppy's bracket. They go for the 1-2. They'll get another shot at it. Tori Val just getting a little tangled up, and the suspense rises around the turf. The Māori boys have made it out of the changing rooms for this one. Pacifica boys are up on their feet as well. Lovely shot of that action.
It's a cool view.
Yeah. Let's see it. Heppy. Saved by Blacklock, and we are going to a penalty shootout.
Oh my gosh.
Ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen. Players are out on their feet.
Stretching.
Kaya Elliott stretching. She is absolutely gassed. We see the Māori team in there. The Pacifica side, what a valiant effort. They were disposed of 3-0 last night in this very match, and look, to show up today and put that performance on, they'll be well pleased.
Particularly after last night.
Yeah.
That's a good comeback.
Yeah, as we see some of the highlights from that second half. Wow, Heppy had work to do. Markia was equal to it. Elliott was massive. Cox also. This opportunity here just went past Rachel Peck. Amy Mitchell. Gabi Smith. Look, there's just everybody contributed on both sides of the field, and that's the mark of a final. It's going to be really hard for players to pick out a player of the final or that sort of thing, because look, everybody there stepped up. I don't think anybody will walk away today disappointed in their effort. Perhaps disappointed with the result, and we've got 5 penalty shootout takers from each team to decide that, but look, you can't knock the effort, and that was that little stick check save there by Markia. Tenity was solid in the final phases. That one there had to be taken, and it was Stormdolan Robson. Racing Keys Kumiro almost gave one on a plate to Ruby Jane Meehan.
Good clean up by Brody.
Yep, Brody Cochrane got across and snuffed that one out. And look, for those who've joined us at home, whether it's just for this game or for the whole weekend, we've loved bringing you all this action, and what a way to finish the day with a penalty shootout to decide this year's New Zealand Heritage Hockey Tournament. It's the New Zealand Pacifica Women and the New Zealand Māori Senior Women. Oh, Courtney. It's looking at Claudia Hannum on the highlight. Courtney Hood want to be a coach in this situation.
I mean, I've been here a few times, and it's never easy.
No, and there's
don't envy any of either of them at the moment.
And that was the final passage there, well saved by Queenie Blacklock. We see the extra umpires come onto the turf for this one. So for those watching at home, we go to a penalty shootout, the 8-second shootout, one of the most exciting facets of hockey. 5 players from each team, 5 field players, as well as a goalkeeper, will be nominated from each team to attempt to attack and defend the penalty shootouts. Now, each attacker has 8 seconds from the 25-yard line to get into the circle and score a goal. There's no limit on number of shots. The only thing is the 8-second buzzer now. If an infringement is awarded by the way of the goalkeeper making an infringement, there is the option of a retake or a penalty stroke, depending on what action and what severity it was. And of course, any infringement made by the attacking player is an automatic out for the defence. So this one is going to be a big one here. 5 attackers from each team. We'll get the list to you as we see them. It looks like for the Māori side, I can see Ruby Baker, Ori Wahepi, Hayley Cox, Tyler Goodsell-Matthews and Rachel Peck by the looks of things there. Of course, in goal for them will be Brodie Cochrane. And the 5 for Pacifica looks like Kaya Elliott, Hannah Rosalia, Carissa Markia, Hallie Scurra and Rhiannon Holditch with Queenie Blacklock in goal. So the teams will move their way down to this end quarter, and with them will come all of the crowd. The Pacifica boys, they picked the wrong end. They're going to head down this direction. And as mentioned earlier, first one of these all weekend. What better time than in the women's final? Now, who's going to be the hero for either side? First up taking will be the Māori team, which means Queenie Blacklock will be called into goal. Ori Wahepi, the taker. And the crowd will funnel their way down. Here come the Pacifica boys, the Samoan flag flying. Here come the Māori supporters, they're coming as well. And we are ready. Hippie drag.
Oh, nice.
Lovely reverse stick lift over Queenie Blacklock in goal. 1-0 to the Māori side. Up steps Carissa Markia for Pacifica. And Brodie Cochrane makes the first up stick challenge and then gets back into her goal for a diving save there. She'll be stoked with that one. Cochrane loves it. Up next for the Māori side, it's Tyler Goodsell-Matthews. Crowd packing out here. So good to see. Goodsell-Matthews v Blacklock. Buries it, Goodsell-Matthews. Good patience, using 7.8 seconds in that 8. Blacklock thought she probably had it covered, but Goodsell-Matthews finishes that one. High fives all around for the Māori team. And Hallie Scurra, local girl, steps up for Pacifica. Scurra shapes, still there.
Oh, well saved, Brodie.
Misses wide. Brodie Cochrane does enough. It's another miss there for Pacifica, and massive advantage now to the New Zealand Māori team. There's going to have to be a lot happen here for Pacifica to pull this one back. Up steps Hayley Cox for the Māori side. There's Cox, Blacklock in goal. Cox in the roof. You love to see that. Hayley Cox, that's all class. And now the weight of the world of Pacifica rests on the shoulders of Kaya Elliott. If she makes it, they live to move on. If not, it's all wrapped up. Kaya Elliott, Brodie Cochrane.
It's a good matchup.
Kaya Elliott, smooth as ever. First person to put one past Brodie Cochrane all weekend. And Kaya Elliott keeps Pacifica in the hunt. Now, all on Rachel Peck. She scores it. She wins it. Big effort required here from Quinny Blacklock. Peck, the attacker. Blacklock in goal. Saved by Blacklock. The seconds count down. And the 8 seconds count out had to be made. Blacklock keeps them in it. And it's 3-1. Every shootout is the crucial one. Again, Hannah Rose Alia, bit on her shoulders here, needs to make it.
Well done, Brody.
And you don't beat Brody Cochrane twice. Hands in the air for Cochrane. And we'll wait on that final whistle. Hopefully they can count. The clapper's coming. There's the whistle. They can celebrate. It's the Māori Wahine going 3 from 3. The three-peat is theirs, and so is today. Congratulations, of course, to the Māori side. Commiserations to our beaten finalist Pacifica. But wow, what a valiant effort and valiant fight that one was. Courtney, best seat in the house, and
definitely
couldn't have been a better final.
Huge effort from both teams there, especially I just big shout out to those who took the shootouts. That's not an easy role to do, particularly for the goalkeepers, and so massive shout out to Queenie there for the efforts in the goal there in those shootouts.
Yeah, absolutely. So often we come into teams and everyone goes, no, not me.
Yeah,
the goalies don't have a choice. You're in. And look, valiant effort from all involved, takers, makers, deceivers, everybody that was out there, and of course the team in yellow. But that there is our women's final, and what a final it was. New Zealand Māori coming home the victors. As mentioned, third tournament, third name etched on the cup for the senior Māori Wahine. And Pacifica come up so close once again, but if anything, I'm sure that will continue to burn the fire that is their passion for next year, 2024.
Absolutely.
New Zealand Heritage Hockey. And what a final. What great coverage, brought to you by Local Gecko Productions and the support of One Foundation. That's been a huge one. Courtney, I'm going to let you talk through some of the highlights. I'm going to go down and find our captains.
Yep, cool. Another great... Kaya Elliott's got to be someone that's been a standout in this tournament this weekend. Just again here, just to win the penalty corner, to get the shots away on goal. Awesome to see such a young talent in the Pacifica team. And then another great standout in this weekend has been Brody Cochrane. No, it's just awesome. Two teams here. Good battle in our final. Oh. From our Māori, from the junior Māori perspective, it was really cool to see our tuakana, our older sisters, our aunties, our cousins step up into this game and come out victors. So shout out to them from the junior Wahine team. No, this has been a really, really cool game to watch, cool game to commentate in, and Garby Smith. Another standout for this weekend for me. Just a new face into this competition. Orewa Hepi, another solid player, just overall just has a huge presence in heritage hockey, Māori hockey. Here we see her again. Just an absolute weapon. Young talent like Kelsey Teneti, both in hockey, in rugby, and sevens. Hunting there all the time. Grayson Keys Kumiroa has been an awesome talent in the defence there, cleaning up with Brody, cleaning up with Tyler Goodsell Matthews. End-to-end action here today from both our Pacifica and our Māori teams. It was nothing in it the entire time, and it's been we've been sitting on edge the entire time here in the commentary box, trying to figure out who's gonna draw blood first, really. Lots of penalty corners. Cool. And again, finishing with the shootouts. Oh, some really awesome finishes from our Māori wahine here. And Kaya Elliott, our sole goal scorer for the Pacifica, but what a good finish that was from her, just to highlight the awesome weekend that she has had. Awesome to see Rachel Peck stepping up to the role. And again, Queenie, just an absolute legend for the Pacifica woman. And that wrapped up our game. Alright, throwing it back down to Brad there with our captains from the Māori woman and the Pacifica woman.
Hey guys, I'm down here with our two women's captains after what was a phenomenal Heritage Hockey final. I've just been talking to you both briefly, and look, what an absolute showcase for women's hockey. Of course, Oriwa Hepi here from the Māori side, Tori Val from the Pacifica side. It's commiserations, Tori, but look, when you put on a performance like that, you've got to be proud of your team.
Yeah, I'm so proud of our girls. I mean, coming up against Māoris is always just such a fast and physical game, and playing them yesterday, we're down 3-0, so it's a little bit, scary going into a game today, but we just pulled it all out and left it all out on the turf, and you can't really, ask for anything more from your team.
Yeah, and Tori mentioned you guys played yesterday. A little smoother sailing, that one, for your side yesterday, but look, I'm sure we couldn't expect anything other than Pacifica to come out firing. You got there in the end, but man, I'm sure it would have been a tough battle. Again, must be so proud of your team.
Absolutely, and an extraordinary effort from both teams. I think a game like this really displays what kind of skill the Pacifica ladies and the Māori ladies have and bring to the field, and we really do love trying to play with a bit of flair, and we're a little bit argy-bargy with each other, but man, at the end of the day, this was a great game, and it came really down to the two keepers and who could show their flair into the goal.
Yeah, and Tori, big support from you guys. Obviously, the boys made it down, and they were loud for the whole game. How good is it to have such a good fan base? Not only the boys, but I saw parents out there. Yours here as well. How good to have good support this weekend?
Oh, it's great. I mean, that's just half the reason you play this tournament, really. Like everyone, Māoris, Pacific Islander, they just have such big families, such big friend bases, and they're all here supporting, cheering. It really actually got us through in the end there, down in that deep defence when we had our boys there, just cheering everything we were doing. So yeah, thanks for everyone for coming and supporting us throughout the week.
Yeah, and it's been an amazing concept, the Heritage Hockey Tournament, an opportunity, Oriwa, for the Māori girls to play some new teams over the last 3 years, really paved a pathway for young players, especially with our juniors this year. How important has this Heritage Hockey experience been over the last 3 years?
Extremely important, just to show that the girls that there are another pathway through, girls and the boys actually, that there is an alternate pathway through to play some really, really quality hockey against the best that we have in the country.
Yeah, awesome. I won't hold you guys any longer. I'm sure there's wines and photos to be had. Yeah, absolutely. Well done on such a fantastic game, both your sides. Phenomenal again, and we look forward to seeing you both again next year. Cool as. Thanks, guys. You got it. That's our women's final. We'll be right with you. Hold the line there. Our prize giving is coming up very shortly. We'll bring our women's teams back as well as our men's champions. We'll find out the MVPs of the tournament and the naming of the tournament teams. So stick on the live here. We'll be back very shortly. But that game there, it's our women's final. The New Zealand Māori team coming away in a penalty shootout win. What a final. What a Heritage Hockey. We'll see you soon for prize giving.
I can't take no loss. I don't even know what it costs. I hit the ground, then I go off. Yeah, hit the ground, then I go.
Give a thumbs up or something. Okay, we got some sound. If we can get our women's teams across for prize giving, please. Prize giving. Giving of prizes. Okay, we'll go player of the day, not from the final, because that's a different thing. All right, thanks everybody for sticking around while these girls teams get up here for prize giving. First of all, I'd like to welcome you all to our prize giving and the tournament finish here from the Waikato Hockey Centre. It's been a fantastic Heritage Hockey 2023. What a day, what a game, what a final series between all four associations. First of all, thank you to One Foundation and all of their support of the tournament. You will have seen a lot of promotion of them over the weekend, and without their support, a lot of this stuff couldn't happen. Secondly, shout out to the team at Local Gecko Productions. Big effort streaming all 16 games over the weekend. There's your applause team, camera team, up on the scissors. Fantastic effort. Mic down on the knees. My fellow commentators, people that jumped in the box with me over the weekend, you helped add your expertise through each game. And all of the volunteers, the committee, the organisers, everybody that's run around emptying the rubbish bins, bringing out signage, and just helping make this weekend such a success. I'm going to go real quick because I can feel it start to rain. Now, I would like to invite Colin French from New Zealand Hockey just to say a few things, especially around the umpires.
Just very quickly, to echo your words, Brad. Firstly, thank you to Waikato Hockey for hosting us here. Great association, well done to Hemi and his team. To Local Gecko, the best broadcasters of hockey in the country, thank you very much. And especially to these four people here and their team, to Scott, Brett, Suresh and Ethan. I know you guys start organising and planning this 3 or 4 months before the tournament, and I know the hard work that you four put into it, so thank you very much. And from the officials in Hockey New Zealand, our small part, thank you for the opportunity to bring officials here to develop and be part of the New Zealand Heritage Hockey Tournament pathway. We really appreciate it. Thank you. I'll just bring the officials forward. Come forward, team. So for us, Sam Harrison, please come forward. Yep. Ruby Wood. Jelena Phillips. Hand it to me. Just. Dave Oakley. Tournament Director Richard Baggs. Manav Shah. Max Beach. I'd like to special mention to Amber Church, who has had to leave to catch her plane back to Gisborne, but great to have the 2022 FIH Umpire of the Year part of this as well.
And just while they get their photo, a massive thank you to the referees, umpires, everybody that's looked after the games. We couldn't do any of this hockey stuff without you, so a big round of applause for our umpires and coordinators. Now each day we've been lucky enough to announce a MVP in the men's and women's, so that's a daily player of the tournament, depending on what games happen. You will have seen on the Facebook page they've been awarded through day 1 to 3, and those people, thanks to Just Hockey, have received vouchers for Just Hockey. The day 4 player of the day, it's not the tournament MVP or anything like that, it's just our player of the day. On the men's for day 4 from New Zealand Pacifica, Daniel Scanlon. So if you can come up, Danny, and get your voucher. And the player of the day for day 4 on the women's side from the New Zealand Junior Māori team, it's Murphy Phillips. Calling Murphy Phillips. So yeah, as I mentioned, on our Facebook, there's been the awarding of the Player of the Day across the first 3 days, and these are our final Player of the Days. Again, thanks so much to Just Hockey for those gift certificates. We'll move into the top goal scorers from the tournament. Cool. Now we'll start with the women. Now, interestingly enough, the women's goal scoring table has 4 players, all with 2 goals each. And if you happen to be watching the live stream, I mentioned most of them today. I didn't realise they were at the top. But with 2 goals, Claudia Hannum, Jade Litchfield, Afina Rickard, and Gabi Smith. If you 4 can all come on up. Yeah, so again, prizes and that, special thank you to Just Hockey. Again, our top goal scorers with 2 each. Claudia Hannum, Afina Rickard, Jade Litchfield, and Gabi Smith. Now, our men's top goal scorer, from the New Zealand Indian men's, it's Shay Iswa. Ladies and gentlemen, big round of applause. Our men's top goal scorer, Shay Iswa. All right, now we'll move into the last of the individual awards, which is our men's and women's player of the tournament. So it's the overall MVP for this year. We'll start with the women and their prize, again, thanks to Just Hockey. From the New Zealand Pacifica women, it's Kaya Elliott. Give her a massive round of applause. Bigger than that. It's MVP of our tournament, Kaya Elliott. And the men's player of the tournament, most valuable player from the New Zealand Māori team, is Vance Harvey. So it's a $200 Just Hockey voucher for these two. Thanks to Just Hockey. Give it up again for Vance Harvey. Give another round of applause for our tournament MVPs, Kaya Elliott and Vance Harvey. And now, one of the big things from this tournament, we are naming an 18-player tournament team. So the best of the best from New Zealand Heritage Hockey 2023. And in the works is some pretty exciting stuff for these guys coming up this year. So we'll start with the men. Please come up as quickly as possible. Give them a big yell. Denham Clark. Daniel Scanlon. Xander Fraser. Shay Iswa. Jared Panchia. Sajan Patel. Milan Patel. Kiran Chiba. Solomon Kaihe. Gregan Maui. Te Oranga Hohepa. Adam Banks. Felix McIntosh. James Hickson. Taimana Iverson. Vance Harvey. Dylan Thomas. And Stephen Atkinson. Ladies and gentlemen, this is our 18-player men's selection for the Heritage Hockey Tournament team. Dylan and Steve. The really good thing to see is representatives from all four sides here in the men's selection. It was an awesome men's tournament this year, and we can't wait to figure out what this team will do a little later in the year. So another big round of applause for our men's tournament team. And our women's tournament team. Claudia Hannum. Storm Dolan Robson. Rhiannon Holditch. Carissa Markia. Kaya Elliott. Michelle Marnie. Ella Layton. Rashika Chiba. Amy Sampson. Murphy Phillips. Holly Hilton Jones. Brody Cochrane. Tyler Goodsall Matthews. Afina Rickard. Hayley Cox. Garby Smith. Grayson Keys Kumiroa. And Oriwa Hepi. So again, well represented from all 4 teams this weekend. A fantastic women's competition. And ladies and gentlemen, this is your 2023 New Zealand Heritage Hockey Tournament team. Before we hand over the big trophies and get the winning teams and captains up here, I'd just like to invite Scott Wolf to say a few words.
Thanks, Brad. On behalf of New Zealand Heritage Hockey, I do want to thank a few people, and some of them have already been thanked, but firstly, my team, Ethan Honeck, Brett Lever, Suresh Wallab. It's not just the last few months that we do work, it's on and off throughout the year, lots of planning, lots of talking about what we want to do. Brad's alluded to some of the plans that we may have for later this year for our tournament teams and a few other things we've got going on. So we continually try and take things further for New Zealand Heritage Hockey. I will acknowledge our sponsors again. One Foundation, we can't thank them enough. They pretty much make all of this work. It's really amazing how much support we get. Our other sponsors, we have MTEL, Keep Alive, and Just Hockey, who have come on and really supported the players, the tournament, and making sure that this runs well. I know others have been thanked, but we haven't acknowledged Brad Pittman for what he does on the commentary and helping this tournament run smoothly, and he basically presents a professional image out on the live stream, and yeah, really helps, makes this tournament work as well. So thank you so much, Brad. Obviously, we can't do this without the players and the organisations that they represent. We've also been working closely with New Zealand Māori, New Zealand Pacifica, and the New Zealand Indians over the last few months, regularly meeting, taking on feedback, and their contributions help form how this tournament gets run as well. So this is a collaborative effort, and by having all you players come here, play at the high level that you do all weekend, it's been fabulous, so I appreciate the support. Finally, I'd like to thank everyone that's come down to be here and support the players, and everyone at home who's been watching on the live stream. Thanks for your support and your comments and the feedback that we've been getting all weekend. It's been wonderful, so thank you very much. Sorry, thank you for Waikato Hockey for putting on the event and the venue. It's been amazing. All the work you guys have been doing in the kitchen and everything around this tournament, from watering and basing, making things tick over. Thanks very much.
Cheers, Scott. Now, the moment we've all been waiting for, can I please get, we'll start with the men. They are floating around in there somewhere. Can I please get the Māori men's side to come up, please? All of the players, and I'll get a few words from the captain. So bring the whole team up because we want a photo. And we'll just send a second message, please, the Waiariki boys, if you could also come and join us. And Marky Mark. I got to say it on the live stream and congratulate them. Bossy, get on up here. But to our live audience, our captain, Steve Atkinson, our 2023 champions for New Zealand Heritage Hockey Tournament, it's the New Zealand Māori Tāne. And the moment he's been preparing 14 seconds for, Steve Atkinson.
Cheers, Brad. Firstly, I think a big thank you to Waikato Hockey Association for hosting this year, and then also the coverage by One Foundation has been spectacular. The live streams on Facebook, Brad Pittman on the mic. We're getting sick of his voice already, but yeah, someone has to do it. And then after that, a big thank you to the Indian boys. You played a strong game today. It was a good showing. You had us under the pump for quite a bit of time, but luckily we managed to win it out. And last but not least, to our boys. Setting the dynasty going back-to-back is pretty impressive. I know our junior team's biting at some of these guys' heels, looking at retirement soon. But until then, boys, back-to-back, how good is that?
Ladies and gentlemen, one more time, our 2023 champions, the New Zealand Māori Tāne team. And while they all update their Instagram profiles, can I ask, please, the New Zealand Māori Wahine side to come up? And look, if the boys thought what they did was impressive, back to back to back, 3 in a row, it's the New Zealand Māori Wahine side, 2023 champions of New Zealand Heritage Hockey. They've done the three-peat. The dynasty is real. And I'll hand it over quickly to Orewa.
Thank you, Brad. There's obviously a bunch of people to thank for this tournament to go ahead. So Waikato Hockey, Heritage Hockey, Māori Pacifica and Indian Hockey, Local Gecko Productions, our coaches, we couldn't have done it without them, Tina and Rue over here, and man, Māori Hockey Wahine for the three-peat. Yeah.
And one last time, let's give it up to our 2023 New Zealand Heritage Hockey champions, the New Zealand Māori Wahine. All right, and just as the girls crawl back to where they were sitting, we are going to finish up with a quick karakia from our local kaumatua here. He'll come up onto the turf, but while he comes up, what a fantastic tournament. Thank you again to everybody involved, especially the umpires. David Oakley there wants a shout out after his battle with Daniel Scanlon. You can look that up on YouTube. But massive week, massive weekend, and hockey's the real winner on the day. So thank you all, and in closing, I will hand it over.
Kia ora tātou. We've had a wonderful 3 or 4 days of excellent hockey, professional hockey, and it took place here on these grounds, and as a resident of Kirikiriroa, it took place here in Kirikiriroa. What a wonderful tournament. What a wonderful game to play. And what a lot of fun we can have from a game such as this. And so, to everyone that to all the players, to the organisers, to everyone involved in making this tournament what it is, successful. And to all the family and the support that have travelled far and wide to be here, supporting our organisations and our teams and our family members. He aroha tēnei kia koutou. We know that at any minute it could rain. So I'm not going to be the reason or the fault that we're stuck in the rain if it should rain in the next 10 seconds. But before we close this wonderful tournament, we strengthened relationships that we already had while we were here, and we've developed and made brand new ones. In that we can all remain friends and close friends in the game in the future, and carrying this wonderful game of hockey to the next generations, to our young ones that will carry the game after tomorrow and after the years tick up. But we wish you all a safe trip home from wherever you come home, wherever you call home, far and wide. Take the love that we have here of Kirikiriroa / Hamilton with you, and the experience that you had here in the whole 4 days of the tournament. And unfortunately, we prayed for a couple of 2 or 3 nice days. We just sort of might have been 1 day short, because this morning, I think it was pouring down. We thought about you all here, but actually as the morning went by, it fined up. But looking at the sky now, I have my doubts. So before we close this off, to each and every one of you that are here that have come over the last 3 or 4 days, go home safely, and go home with the experience of the tournament that we had here in Kirikiriroa. And we indeed hope that we can all meet and greet and share a good game of hockey in the future. So with that being said, Scott, your team, to all the teams, to everyone that is here, to our nannies and our koros, our parents, to our children, everyone that is here, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou. May the grace of our Lord Jesus Christ, the love of God, and the fellowship of the Holy Spirit be a blessing upon us all, be guidance to our safe journeys home from where we all come from, and that we all arrive home safely in your name, e te atua. Kia tātou katoa, te atawhai o tō tātou ariki ko ihu karaiti. Me te aroha o te atua, me te whiwhinga tahitanga ki te wairua tapu. Ake, 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 amen. He honore, he gloria, ngā rongo ki te whenua. Akaro, pai e, ki ngā tangata katoa. Ake, 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 amine. Te atua, te piringa, tōku oranga, tōku oranga. Tēnā koutou, kia ora tātou katoa.
And with that, we bring the end to our prize giving and to our fantastic weekend that is New Zealand Heritage Hockey. As mentioned so many times, get home safe, and we will see you all again in 2024. Cheers.
Alive, let's hit the dance floor. Don't work too hard, my break a backbone. Return of the Mac, the king is back though. Corvette and cash, I never lack those. She saw the stone, you know how that go. Fatality, my diamonds that cold. Versace trunks, I hit my backstroke. Knock on the door, she at the back, bro. All I really take is a little taste. Island girl, blue eyes with a little bass. Here for the thrill, I don't need a chaser. Wanna vibe at a getaway. Shimmy, shimmy, yeah, I got the semi-fold weight. Don't step out the line like this a probate. You hit the line and try to locate. This for the time, got time for no day. One, too many, I'm going. Too crazy and I got bad ones and they ready. A good time, so now it's into it, we left that. Can't remember anything, but I know we got lit.